Welcome back to Liver Live. We're here with the most breaking Liverpool FC news over the last 24 hours. Remember us at 6 p.m. UK time for your daily dose of all things Liverpool. We're always supporting the channel. Chelsea have begun talks to sign £50 million attacker amid Jadon Sancho doubts. Chelsea have moved themselves into contention to sign Athletic Bilbao and Spain star Nico Willams, TBR Football can reveal. Williams is one of the most wanted wingers in Europe right now, but the forward has previously been skeptical about leaving Spain. A move to Barcelona would be the 22-year-old's clear preference, where he would in theory link up with good friend Lamine Yamal. However, whilst Barcelona do hold an interest, a winger is not their top priority for the Catalan side this summer given the form of Rafinha. They also still have Ferran Torres as hugely capable backup. With that considered, Williams is open to a Premier League move this summer, a message that's been heard loud and clear by the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal. That being said, TBR Football chief correspondent Graham Bailey understands that Chelsea have joined their Premier League rivals in the hunt for Williams. Chelsea are very much looking at their wide options. The Blues are considering not signing Jadon Sancho from Manchester United. In addition, Chelsea are ready to sell Noni Madueke this summer, and when also considering Mudryk's suspension, there is room in Enzo Maresca's squad for a new addition. In terms of his numbers this season, Williams has scored 9 goals and provided 7 assists in 37 appearances for Athletic, a winger who proved his quality with Spain at the Euros last summer. Andrey Santos wants Estevao link-up. Andrey Santos insists he is unsure if his future lies at Chelsea, though hopes to form a memorable Brazilian double act with Estevao Willian at Stamford Bridge. The central midfielder arrived in West London from Vasco da Gama in January 2023. Later rejoining his former team on loan before a disappointing stint at Nottingham Forest was followed by a far more productive spell in France with Chelsea's sister club Strasbourg that began last February and was extended to run until the end of this season. Santos has shown in League One, under both Patrick Vieira and coaching successor Liam Rosenior, scoring 10 goals in 37 total appearances for a side currently sitting 7th but only 6 points behind second-place Marseille following a 6-match unbeaten run that culminated in a 2-1 home win over Toulouse before the international break in which he netted a brilliant winner. The 20-year-old has also represented Brazil at senior level after enjoying a starring role at the 2023 South American Under-20 Championship. Santos continues to go from strength to strength with a tough spell at Forest in which he made only 2 appearances in 5 months now firmly behind him, though he says his Chelsea future remains undecided having not been spoken to directly by the club. Chelsea also recently secured the signing of another young midfielder in Dario Asugo, who will join from Sporting Lisbon in the summer following a loan spell in La Liga with Las Palmas. Sporting teammate Giovanni Quenda will make the same move in 2026. Of course, you want to play for the biggest clubs in Europe. For a very big club like Chelsea, Santos, who is under contract at Stamford Bridge until 2030, told ESPN in Brazil, "You dream of that moment, but I think, at this moment, you have to have a clear head, finish the season here, Strasbourg, and make the best choice when the season is over. I don't think that a specific decision has been made. No one has come to talk to me directly. Everything is in the hands of the club and my agents." Santos is among a number of young South American players recruited by Chelsea over recent seasons, joining the likes of Aaron Anselmino, Angelo Gabriel, and David Washington. La Liga side keen on signing Chelsea player. The Blues have already kicked off their business with the acquisitions of Giovanni Quenda and Dario Asugo from Sporting Lisbon, with Asugo to join the first team for next season. However, they are in the knowledge that they will need to move a number of players on at the end of the season, with many of them already being out on loan. Fabrizio Romano has named 6 players who are out of Chelsea's plans, including the likes of Raheem Sterling and Joao Felix. There is still the lack of security over the future of Mudryk, who has not played since December when he was suspended from featuring for the Blues. Even before his suspension though, things were not going the Ukraine international's way on the pitch, as he continued to struggle to justify the price tag they paid for him back in 2023. The sale of Mudryk could be a realistic possibility, and according to Sport, Sevilla are interested in bringing the winger in at the end of the season. Chelsea decided against selling Mudryk last summer as they still had belief in his potential, although at 24 years of age they will have been hoping to see more from him on the pitch by now. Enzo Maresca was not afraid to give Mudryk opportunities earlier this season, especially in the Conference League where he played arguably his best football for Chelsea. However, it seemed apparent that some of the manager's instructions were not getting across to the Ukrainian. And the boss made no secret of that fact with his sideline antics. Maresca repeatedly showed frustration at Mudryk while he was playing, and soon turned to the likes of Jadon Sancho and Pedro Neto for more regular Premier League minutes. Chelsea co-owner drops shock Stamford Bridge bombshell. Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly warned that the investment group which owns the Premier League club could go different ways if they fail to agree on the future plans for the stadium. The West London outfit have played at Stamford Bridge since the club was founded in 1905 with the express intention of occupying the ground. Fulham had already rejected the offer to move away from Craven Cottage. There have been various attempts to relocate over the subsequent 120 years, but planning permission and available real estate have been increasingly difficult to find given the team's location in such a densely populated area of the city. Boehly and his fellow co-owners Clearlake Capital reportedly held talks earlier this season to open a new stadium in Earl's Court after complications in developing the existing site emerged. This news broke at the same time as reports of a power struggle between Boehly and Clearlake Capital's head Bidat Abelai. The US investor was keen to downplay what has been billed as a civil war, but did reveal that the club's future home could decide how long the partnership will continue to exist. "We have to think long-term about what we're trying to accomplish," Boehly told Bloomberg. "We have a big stadium development opportunity that we have to flesh out. I think that's going to be where we're either aligned or we ultimately decide to go different ways." But what's been written and talked about is much more drama than what is actually happening. Obviously, inside of London, it's really complex. It's not as if we're building something in the middle of a rural environment. We have a lot of constituencies to make sure that we care about. Certainly, the Chelsea fan base is one. Long term, we're going to be building something new and we'll figure it out. And that's all the latest news about Chelsea in the past 24 hours. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Now, goodbye and see you in the next videos on AG Chelsea TV.